Welcome back, folks. In this video, as usual, we're going to be modifying some stuff. And hopefully we don't lose too many parts. But if past performance is any indication as to what direction the tide is going, I'd say it smells like progress. It's later in the day. 17 volts, 10.7 amps coming in from 3 panels, and the battery bank seems to be full. That's awesome. And I'm not in total sun. It looks like maybe 2 of the panels have full sun. This one is covered. Where I am, I should have another 2 panels that'll be full, because I'm going to do 3 on this side, and then I'll put 1 in the center as well. So I'll be capturing morning and afternoon sun, and with the second battery bank. Yes. As you can tell, I cleaned up a little bit because I was starting to twitch. Everything is nice. I got my panels, drawings and stuff, and I've got other plans and such. That was a Mona Lisa that I made for Farmville. You guys remember Farmville? That was an agricultural game on Facebook. There's my little blurry avatar. He was in the witness protection plan. Yeah, I took an exorbitant amount of time and planted crops in such a way that when they grew, they made designs in my farm. And yes, every once in a while I agree that perhaps I do have too much time on my hands. Oh, I made some decent sketches there. And then I had to skew it, and yeah. So anyways, yes. One of the ways I'm going to make more space in here is by putting the table saw underneath there. And in order to do that, I had to lower it. Which, as often as I use a table saw, I can't have prime real estate right there where I'm sitting and me moving it all the time. So, cutting the legs down. I must admit, this started off feeling like one of those projects where I asked myself, dude, what are you doing? As if I were ruining a tool. But this actually winds up being something that's way more convenient. For you see, this is not my first table saw. And I know that they can be so big and cumbersome that they get stored somewhere or under a bunch of things, and to take it out is a big pain in the butt. I knew that if this thing had a convenient spot that was easy to put away and take out when I needed it, I'd be much more inclined to use it. Then I would be able to cut what I have to cut and actually get more projects done. I've used this table saw several times since I made this modification, so I think it's fair to say the alteration turned out to be a success. Let's get back to building. And as you can see, the panels have been put up 2 banks worth. I have 1 panel left that's that size and 2 smaller panels. I've got them wired up temporarily. See these wires coming down? I want to run those wires properly, and I've got some stuff in here. This is going to be my entry point. This is just a waterproof junction box that I found online, and I got some glands that'll get inserted there for the wires to go through so that I can make a waterproof entry. There's also this. I've got myself a vent fan for the roof, and I have to frame that out so that I can put that up there. We have a few days where it's going to be nice and dry, and this is a perfect time. It's not too hot. It's going to get hot later this week, you know, like 90 something. This is a perfect time to frame this out, get it done, all the stuff up on the roof. But I'm starting to accumulate a lot of half-assed projects, or half-done projects. Not that they're half-assed, but this shelf right here needs some additional ribs so that I can get rid of this support. And then you see this is wiring that I'm starting to put together. I think it's going to be a real badass system for lighting in here. That's laying around on the table. I've got a driver here and switches and power supplies. Even the solar array for the starboard side of the truck is half done. I need wires to go from here to here and there to there, negative and positive. And I need some cable ends for the inverter. I've got a box that's going to have the switches for the lights, but that needs connectors, so I can't do that. I have longer screws for the ribs here. They're They've been sitting there for a week, and I haven't gotten around to switching out the shorter screws for the longer screws. I know I'm missing stuff that is just like half done. Kind of like these inserts that I put into the shelves. That has to be sanded flush. I have a nice belt sander at my buddy's shop, so I'd have to go over to his place to get the sander. So I'm like, well, let me not just drive all the way over there for that. And then I'm like, well, if I go over there, then I can get the insulating panels, but I haven't even wired yet. Things are starting to run away and get out of control, where I have 10 different things happening at once. This is a good example. My vise is sitting here waiting to be bolted down, but I can't bolt it down until the frame is built for the workbench. So then as these projects are sitting here half done, I'm envisioning what I'm going to do for the bottom of the workbench. And I'm like, whoa, hey, let me finish some stuff first. And I think it's proper for me to address the things up on the roof, like I said, so we're going to do that first. Why am I telling you all this? Because I want to have a video where it's a beginning and an end. I take you through short journeys as this workshop progresses and evolves. Unfortunately, that's not how real life is. Real life is 10 things going on at once. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys just maybe a hodgepodge of little things that are getting accomplished, such as taking stuff off this wall. I'm going to take that stuff down. This way I can put these beams here, which are now like temporary supports. They need to be cut slightly, inserted, bolted to the walls to help support the roof. As you can see, I put the panels up there before I finished the roof. I hope you guys enjoyed this little hodgepodge of small things that eventually will make up a big picture.
It's not ready to get room. It's too big for the shop. I don't really use that. T-square, nice thing to have, but yeah, that's prime real estate. So you're gonna go somewhere else. Same with scrub brush. So you're gonna go somewhere else. Hammers, yes, you're gonna go somewhere else.
I know. A second ago I was talking about how I was going to start up on the roof, and here I am working on the walls. But the thing is, hanging stuff there helped me envision what I need and what I don't. Like that big broom, I don't need that. That small red broom would suffice just fine for this little shop. So it all works out in the end. And getting the stuff off the wall made room for the studs which would hold the gussets which will support the roof. But then I was distracted again. Over in the corner here, there's a track that used to support the roll-up door. I would like to put a square stud there, but this was really in the way. So I decided to quickly take it down. Unfortunately, this turned into quite a project to get this damn thing down. If anybody knows how these are constructed, how dare you? You made it so difficult to get down. I'm going to speed it up, most of it like 20 times normal speed for you guys. Imagine the torture it was for me, knowing how much stuff I was neglecting while I was distracted by this metallic squirrel in the corner. Whew, tack welds, huh? It's starting to come free. I heard a little click. That was either the metal was letting go or my back just gave out. Where's my hammer? Oh, there it is. This is the universal key. I remember people making comments about the hinges on the doors and saying, you know, if you had a driver, you could just take all those hinges out and remove the door to get in. This would be a lot easier. You just cut the lock and you go. And then you get blasted. So I'll sit there with my rocking chair. That's my happy dance. See that? Dead or alive, you're coming with me. You wonder why I get nothing done. That was unsatisfying.
Throw him to the floor, sir. What? Throw him to the floor again, sir? Oh, yes. Throw him to the floor, please.
Anyways, with that out of the way, now I can put a 2x4 there and actually have something for where the wall ends. I've been thinking about that ever since I started on the doors. God, you're stubborn. And now with that rascal out of the way, I could move forward in the construction of my workshop. After I swept the floor and cleaned up a little bit first, though. Isn't that right, Squirrel? Okay, I got these boards in place, so adding support to the trusses. I feel good about that right now. Before I fasten them and put on the box with the electrical doohickeys and stuff, I'm going to turn my attention to the roof. Otherwise the day will be gone and it's hotter up there, it's more dangerous up there, so let me get that done first because I really want to see this vent go up there. So what do I need? I need a tape measure and decide where it's going to be.
I guess this is the better spot for it. Right? Here? Or there? Yes. So, we're going to need pulleys to go over here. 22 and 5/8. Yep, trim the top so that fits good. That'll work.
That'll do. Not the worst I've ever seen. How's that for an endorsement? You know you've done that. Now's the scary part. Oh, it's gonna be messy. I hate fiberglass. Boing. Should probably have a mask on. I'm sure some of you will say so in the comments. Look at how sparkly. Oof. Don't need that. I'm glad I didn't install the last piece of that shelving downstairs, because now I can use this plywood to span the roof and give me something to perch on while I'm doing the work over here. Being the small guy, that meant if anything had to be done in an attic or on a roof or something like that, or in a small space, I got volunteered to do it. Just like the good old days. Okay, hinge to the front of the vehicle. It's nice when the goopy stuff comes out. Yeah, I said that. Even better. Don't miss my days on a roof. I don't. I think that's looking pretty good. Pretty blue color, huh? Not exactly centered in my rough opening, but that'll work. All the screws grabbed. Now it's time for me to wire up this and see it actually work. Hey.
There you go. That's one. Two. All right.
We'll find us some temporary power. I just want to make sure this thing works. No, I'm not leaving it like this. Yes, I'll use a fuse eventually, blah, 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 blah. You should use a fuse right away. Yada, yada, yada. Live on the edge a little bit. This is precisely what I don't want. Is a messy workbench table, but I'm in the middle of a project, so fine. It's getting to be where I can't find things. Batteries. I know where batteries are. Dope. Oh boy. Look at that. Fancy schmancy. I bet that's gonna make it a lot cooler in here. So I can get an AC in here someday. That's far out. Now I'm gonna mess with the echelon. That has to be cut down and installed. I'm gonna put a little Velcro on this and find a home for that. Maybe right there. At least that's done, ish. 3 months later, already puts Velcro on the remote control. Now that the high stuff is done, I can probably enjoy one of these. Thank you, son, for making my beer skull. I think I'm gonna busy the rest of my day with backing out some of these small screws and putting the longer screws in. We'll get that done. Small chance of me hurting myself doing that. I may take an electrical box now that I know where the wall studs are going to be and attach that. And eventually when I walk in, there's going to be switches there, and these badass LEDs that I just got are going to be lighting this place up. Those things are amazing. It's been a hell of a learning curve because I put strip lights up before, and it's almost like a strip club when you're done. You know, it's kind of like you're expecting to have a lady over or something, you know, or just like a dance club kind of feel. This is a workshop and I wanted something a little brighter, a little more substantial. So the first set that I got, I'm not even going to show it to you. I mean, it does its job. It was real cheap. Yeah, it comes with everything you need, your power supply and all that stuff. These lights needed a separate power supply and really substantial bits and pieces and investment. But I've gotten a sneak peek of it, and I'll save it for the next video, man, because it's going to be really cool. This is not necessarily how-to stuff that I'm sharing with you guys about like how to do solar stuff. You may pick up a little bit of knowledge here and there, but for the most part, it's just me messing around. Yeah. I'm always happy to have you guys with me. I swear it feels cooler in here already. All right. I'm gonna get to work. I'll see you in the next one.